Hi, I'm Chris Kenton, and this week we're going out on a whim with Matt Roche from Offermatica. Offermatica provides the tools that allow marketers to test every aspect of everything they're doing online to zero in on what really resonates with their market. Do you think I'm more credible if I look like this? Or like this? Or like this? If you know what resonates, you'll do a much better job of engaging with your customers. This area of marketing, what some people call optimization, others call personalization, is one of the fastest growing segments of marketing technology. And Matt Roche is on the front lines every day. So come along with us as we find out from Matt Roche what's happening in marketing.
I think marketing is a conversation. So in this day and age, it's extraordinarily hard to start a conversation. So what you have to do is you're constantly seeking to find out what are people talking about, how do I join the conversation? And once you're allowed into the conversation, then you're allowed to start a topic. So what testing does is it's a mode of listening. It's a way of saying, I have some ideas, I think this is what people are talking about, so you're kind of throwing out lines, you're throwing out lines. When people start picking it up, you start seeing it. You see response, you see engagement. On your screen, you say, when I put this up in front of people, especially a specific group of people, they responded. So it really is a form of listening. It's understanding, hey, they're responding to that. Most websites outside of the kind of Web 2.0 social community world still look like either Akamai's, Amazon's, or Walmart's site from 1999. And so what's happened is marketers who are supposed to be creating compelling experiences for their customers are really just putting the same stuff up every day for every person, looking the same exact way. What we're looking for is to saying, we want a marketer to change something and know what happens. We want them to be in the conversation. The core principle from my perspective is if you want consumer engagement, you must have marketer engagement. We did a simple test where all we did is we took 3 blogs and we captured every entry and every time those entries were read. It's sort of like feed burner approach, but just for 3 blogs, and we called it a blog trial, a community tool. We then on our site showed what over the 24-hour period or 48-hour period, which were the top 3. Within moments of that turning on, the number of pages read per visitor went up by 2.5. Okay, that's interesting. Great, I got higher engagement by sort of taking advantage of the better data. Without the data, I couldn't get the engagement. What I'll tell you is more important is every one of those bloggers started writing better posts because nobody wanted to lose. And so they wrote more engaging information because they knew they were losing. And when you engage the marketer, suddenly the marketer starts listening. Instead of saying, what's going to impress my boss, they're saying, I've been number 10. And I will tell you, one of the blogs was mine and one of the blogs was a buddy of mine, and he's kicking my tail. And so I go home at night and I'm like, there's got to be something I can do that is compelling for a consumer. From a marketing standpoint, can you think of any better impulse in marketing than that impulse? The problem is right now with the way people are conceiving of optimization is it still overly looks like a math problem. Because the big thing that's happened over 5 years is bigger servers and better data collections lets us do better math. Not to mention hedge fund and MIT and algorithms and all this great stuff and Google. So we think it's a math problem. What we forget is it's still a problem of just changing content. All the math in the world, if you can't actually get a marketer to do it, doesn't have any value. So I see is we have to be constantly watching both things. Oh, the math is getting better, but you know, my marketer's still got to go into IT and ask them if they're doing something. So now it's actually worse. Well, let's get the user better. Let's make them, oh, now we got to catch up the math. So it's both. If the marketer can't do it, it's not marketing. From my standpoint, marketing is done by marketers. Machines make it faster or better, but no machine does marketing. And the biggest thing, the thing that makes me crazy, is there are people out there who believe that if everything happens perfectly, it'll be mathematicians running marketing. I tell you, if that were true, we would be getting our ass kicked on the consumer market by Russia and France. I think we're at the starting point of something that's not Web 2.0 social. That's huge and incredibly important. What I see it happening is marketers are going to enter a new era where they're going from being 30 miles away from the customer to be 3 inches away from the customer. And I think it's a little scary because you can no longer say, I'm the CMO, I have a grand vision of where things are going to be and how I'm going to push people around. You're going to be an inch away and that person's going to say, nah, yeah, I like that idea. And the people who can think that way, who are okay with failing, are going to be the ones who win. I'll tell you, one of our customers, they run, in a 3-month period, I think they ran 75 tests. And they had these little dolls, squishy skunks. And what they did is they gave them out every time you lost a test. Every time your idea lost. What do you think happens in that? Well, it couldn't go bad because people were like, I don't want them. But no, people started putting them on their cube. Because it became a badge of pride that you put something out there that failed meant that you were putting something out there. The actual cost of the company was low because you find out within a day or two that it's bad, it's not like you've invested $10 million in it. And what you've done is you've found a dead end so that we can now put more money into the right direction. So these little stinkers are the future of marketing, I think. My advice to marketers who are more senior marketers, people who grew up in a more fire it out there kind of marketing, true advertising and outbound marketing, is just do something. Don't create a big $30 million plan. Don't do $200 million worth of technology investment. Change something and see what happens.